At a Washington, D.C. elementary school, President Obama defended his $3.9 trillion budget proposal.
It's a roadmap for creating jobs.
Within his blueprint, deep cuts to the Department of Defense that would cut the size of the Marines and the Air Force and significantly reduce the size of the U.S. Army.
We have decided to further reduce active duty Army end strength to a range of 440 to 450 soldiers.
The announcement drew immediate reaction from the president's critics.
440,000 members of the United States Army is a gutted army. If you went into Iran tomorrow to have to neutralize or stop their nuclear program, you're going to need every B-2 and F-22 you can get.
Gordon Adams was in charge of the national security budget under President Bill Clinton and says the budget proposal tells a bigger story, that cuts to the military signify the president's policy priorities.
That's a very significant event because it means we are not, as they say, going back to a long-term stabilization operation somewhere in the world like we just went through in Iraq and Afghanistan.
According to the White House, the focus will shift from ground wars in the Middle East to cyber threats in Asia and Africa, and also an increase in special operations forces. Here's a look at President Obama's blueprint now compared to years past, 1964 and 1989. As you can see, defense spending is a fraction of in years past, while spending on benefits has grown to about 60%.
A few things to consider here. First, it's actually the legislative branch that actually gets to create the budget. And since Congress already passed a budget good through 2015, what was presented today is little more than a White House wish list.
You're going to see this budget sort of taken apart at the seams by the appropriators, repackaged, redesigned, and then represented as a series of appropriations.
And those will determine what the actual policy priorities will be. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzell reporting.